Good morning, students. Last session we had seen with the elementary and complex reactions and how we can determine the order of reaction in both the cases and write the rate law. Now in the rate law only we are doing the next topic, that is molecularity of a reaction. Now what do we mean by molecularity of a reaction? Now whenever a chemical reaction takes place, according to the collision theory, the reactant molecules must collide with each other in order to form the product. Again I am repeating, according to collision theory, the reactant molecules must collide with each other in order to form the product. So, what is molecularity of a reaction? The number of reacting species. The number of reacting species. Reactant species may be atoms, ions, or molecules. The number of reacting species taking part in an elementary reaction that collides simultaneously, to form the product is called molecularity of a reaction. Now when we are defining molecularity, you can say I have taken the word elementary reaction. Why we have taken the word elementary reaction? Because molecularity has a significance only for elementary reactions. Molecularity cannot be determined for a complex reactions, because complex reactions do not take place in one step. So of course in complex reaction we can determine the molecularity of different steps separately, but there is no molecularity of the overall reaction. So molecularity of steps can be determined for complex reaction but not molecularity of a reaction. So molecularity has a significance only for elementary reactions and is not applicable for complex reactions. Now, molecularity cannot be zero. That means obviously the reactants will collide with each other. So molecularity cannot be zero, cannot be in fractions, and is generally 1, 2, or 3. Very, very rarely it can be 4. Very rarely. That means it is very less possible that 4 molecules can collide simultaneously. They cannot. So very rarely, and even if it is possible, the rate of reaction will be very, very slow. So we consider that molecularity of most of the reactions is 1, 2, or 3, and it cannot be in fractions. Molecularity can be determined from a balanced chemical equation. Can be determined from a balanced chemical equation. So this is about the molecularity. Now let us take few examples for molecularity. example, first, NH4 NO2. It is an elementary reaction. We have done this reaction earlier also, so we know it is an elementary reaction. Takes place only in one step. And how many molecules, reactant molecules are there? 1. So the molecularity of the reaction is equal to 1. Or you can say it is a unimolecular reaction. It is a unimolecular reaction. Let us take this example. 2HI gives H2 plus I2. It is also an elementary reaction. You can see 2 molecules are involved. The molecularity of the reaction is 2, or it is called as bimolecular reaction. It is a bimolecular reaction. I take this example, 2NO plus O2 gives 2NO2. It is an elementary reaction, so molecularity will be the sum of all the stoichiometric coefficients, 2 plus 1, 3. So it is called trimolecular or termolecular or trimolecular reaction. So for an elementary reaction, we can determine the molecularity from a balanced chemical equation. And there is no significance of molecularity for complex reactions, because complex reactions take place in more than one step. So this we have done with the molecularity of a reaction. Now we come to one remaining part of the rate law, and that is rate constant. Rate constant K. We know when rate of the reaction is written K, A to the power A, B to the power B. Sorry, fine. Then this K is called as the rate constant. So we are going to do the characteristics of the rate constant. Let us see. If A is equal to B is equal to 1. If I take the concentration of both the reactants as 1, so 1 raised to the power x is 1, 1 raised to the power y is 1, the rate is equal to K. So we can define rate constant is defined as the rate of reaction when the concentration of reactants is taken as unity, that is 1. When I take the concentration of the reactant as unity, then the rate constant is equal to the rate of reaction. Now we are doing the characteristics of the rate constant. First characteristic, rate constant is a measure of rate of reaction. Rate constant is the measure of rate of reaction. Higher the value of the rate constant K, more will be the rate of reaction. And lower the value of K, lower will be the rate of reaction. So it determines the rate of reaction. It is a measure of rate of reaction. Higher the value of K, more will be the rate of reaction. Another characteristic, Rate constant is the measure of rate of reaction. Higher the value of K, more will be the rate of reaction. Rate constant. It is constant for a particular reaction at a particular temperature. Rate constant is constant for a particular reaction at particular temperature. Again I am repeating, rate constant is constant for a particular reaction at particular temperature. It does not depend upon the concentration of the reactants. It does not depend upon the initial concentration of the reactants. It does not depend on concentration of reactants, but it varies with temperature. It depends upon temperature. Rate constant depends on temperature, varies with temperature. And last of all, the unit of rate constant depends upon the order of the reaction. Depends on the order of reaction. The last point, that the unit of rate constant depends on the order of reaction, we will see it in detail. So let us now do the units of rate constant. Units of rate constant. Now first I am finding out the unit for zero order reaction. Zero order, that means order is equal to zero, zero order reaction. So I can consider rate is equal to K R. R is the reactant. Reactant to the power 0. R, general, we will always write it as reactant to the power 0. When the power is 0, then only the order of reaction is 1. Now we know the unit for rate, mole per liter per second. Anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So K multiplied by 1. So what is the unit for K? Mole per liter per second. Now we come to a first order reaction. First order reaction. Rate is equal to K R to the power 1. We know first order, that means the power has to be 1. The unit for rate is mole per liter per second. And what is the unit for concentration? R in the square brackets represent concentration. So the unit for concentration is mole per liter. Mole per liter cancel. So the unit of K is second inverse. Let us take a second order reaction. Second order reaction. That is, the order of reaction is equal to 2. Rate is equal to K R to the power 2. It is a second order reaction, so obviously it is R to the power 2. Rate is mole per liter per second, K mole per liter square. We know that one of it will cancel, and if I bring it here, K will be equal to second inverse mole liter. So it will be liter mole inverse second inverse. I take an example of a fractional order reaction. In which the order of reaction is suppose 3 by 2. The rate is equal to K R to the power 3 by 2. It is mole per liter per second, K mole per liter to the power 3 by 2. So if I take it this side, K is equal to mole per liter to the power 1, second minus 2, mole per liter to the power 3 by 2. So it will be 1 minus 3 by 2. 1 minus 3 by 2 is mole liter inverse to the power minus 1 by 2. Second. So it will be liter half mole to the power minus half second inverse. This is how we determine the order of the reaction. The units for the rate constant. Now we are taking nth order reaction. N can be anything. N can be 0, 1, 2, 3, fractions, 3 by 2, 5 by 2, etc. Anything. So, how we will determine the unit? K is equal to mole per liter 1 minus N second inverse. So this is the general formula. I can substitute here N is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 3 by 2, 5 by 2 or anything, and I can get the unit of the rate constant. Thank you. बड़ा हो गया फिर